So we name our video Getting to Know Our Siblings.
No. Okay, so what's good, you got? There she go.
Amanda, Miranda.
Was
Back with
a new video.
yeah,
A story time.
yeah. We are here with a story time. Our very first story time with you guys.
So you guys, I'm about to get to know Amanda and Miranda. Y'all about to really get to know who we really are.
Yes, going into full detail about the twins.
So if y'all don't know who I am, it's your girl Miranda.
And I'm Amanda. Yeah, we're here with the very first story time. Yeah, we're going to have to get our story time introduction together. But
Yeah,
we just
we gotta
decided
come
to
up
get
with
y'all
something.
story time today because we feel like it's needed. And first things first is saying there's 11 of us.
My mama has 11 children, 6 boys, 5 girls, 1 deceased.
And 2 sets of twins. Miranda and myself and twin brothers.
Fraternal, they're fraternal.
Fraternal.
We're identical.
So yeah. And I mean, if you really want to call it, like she had 3 sets of twins. So she had my older brothers, which they're Irish twins. If you ever heard of Irish twins, or if you haven't never heard of Irish twins, look it up and you will find the definition of Irish twins. But they're 11 months apart. Is it?
Between 10 11 months.
10 months apart.
Yeah, 10.
They're 10 months apart. So when my mama gave birth to the oldest, she was already pregnant with the second child.
Yes. So when she was 4 months pregnant, the oldest was already 4 months old. So
Yeah, she was baking already. There was already a little bacon. I said bacon.
a little baby in the oven.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you guys, we're not gonna be long-winded in this introduction. This story time is going to be about growing up apart.
Yes. Those who don't know us, we grew up in and out of the system.
In and out of foster care. If you don't know what the system is,
Yeah.
we grew up in and out of foster care, home from home.
And so what it is that growing up separate means growing up separate from our siblings. Being 11 of us, most people always are around their siblings because they have the same mother most of the time. Yeah.
So
most of the children that grow up together are always with the mothers. So my mama had 11 kids and we grew up apart at by the time we were 11, that we're just now getting to know the other siblings in our adult ages.
So anyways, to get into the story, we ended up being split from our siblings when my mom got incarcerated when we were 10 years old.
And ironic for y'all, 11 is a big number for us because my mama had 11 kids.
She did 11 years in prison.
And she has 11 grandchildren. And her birthday is the 11th month.
So 11
is a big number
for
in this
us.
family.
So anyways, you guys, let's rewind that back a little bit. We have a sister that we met for the first time
After 26 years.
after 25 years. She's 26 now, 27?
She's 27.
Okay, so 26 years. We didn't know, well, we knew who she was.
She just didn't know of us.
Yes, so my mama found her on Facebook and my mama reached out to her. She happened to be living with her dad and her dad passed away and she ended up being with his parents.
Yeah, and at the time, my mama didn't go back for her because my mama already felt like she was always in and out of trouble. So it was better. She was better off with people that will always be there for her versus us. We always had our dad to go to when my mama got in trouble.
When my mama got sentenced, it was in December. My mama went to prison December 1st, 1999. And we ended up moving to Arkansas July 6th of 2000. And that was the first initiation separation of us being away from our siblings.
Yeah.
So 4 of our siblings stayed back in Colorado, which was Davion, Crushan, JJ, and Junior. They ended up staying back in Colorado.
Should we bloop these names out?
I mean, these are siblings.
Okay, well, I guess that's okay.
But anyway, so they ended up staying back in Colorado
With family.
while we moved here to be with
Our dad, but that didn't happen. That was never the case.
So we ended up, you know, living with
A family
member. And our brothers happened to get adopted in Colorado.
Yeah, so when our brothers got adopted, so when they got adopted, we somehow found out we were adopted.
When we needed to go get our birth certificates
as
to go
we
on
were
a trip.
older. So yeah, that's when we found out we were actually adopted, but we did not know we were adopted this whole time. So our brother stayed back in Colorado and we moved to Arkansas, and we pretty much lost contact with our siblings. And of course, some people that grew up in the system know how it is when you get older and you try to refine and reconnect with those siblings.
The relationship isn't the same
As you expect
and
it
especially
to be.
if they're younger.
And they don't understand the situation.
Yes, because when we were split, the twins were 1 year old, and then Crew, he was
5.
Crucian had just turned 6.
Yeah, his birthday was the day
July
after.
5th. So he had
did
just
turn
turned 6, and Davion was
4.
4, and getting ready to be 5. that year.
So anybody that knows, you can't really remember back that far in age when you're that young, so you don't really understand why you ended up in that situation versus we understood what we were going through and what the separation was about to do to us. But we didn't think that we were going to be separated that long because we had faith that our mama was coming home.
Was going to come home. So with that being said, as we got older, we wanted to build a relationship with our siblings, which we felt like they were rejecting us. We felt like they were blaming us
For what our parents' actions were.
Exactly. So whatever our parents did, their parents did, because their
Parent is a part
both
of
their
this.
parents were incarcerated during the time of us moving apart.
Yeah. To talk about that,
Yeah.
it makes you feel some type of way. Like for anybody who's ever been through it, like does it affect you to not have a relationship and
With your
feel like you're
siblings?
being blamed for what your parents did? Like I don't feel it's our fault for what we went through. We all grew up separated, but my thing is what I'm trying to say is, do you think that we could be a blame because we were old enough to understand and maybe they feel like we could come back for them?
I feel like that's what they feel, but at the same time, we were children and it was out of our control. We're not in a financial position. And of course, if anybody knows anything about the
Adoption.
DHS and CPS system, they're not going to give siblings to other siblings if you're not in a financial position to take care of them financially.
And not even that, a mature level. You have to have a mature mind
Because
to be able to take on a task that big. And with that being, Crucian had already passed on. At the time, we were just mending. We finally saw them for the first time when Crucian passed.
Before he passed.
We did saw them once, but they were young still.
We saw him the year before he passed away. We saw them that year before he passed away. And then,
But they had already been living with who they were living with since they were babies.
since they were 6.
No, let Davion tell you. If you ever heard Davion say they were with them before and then they end up going back with our family. They stayed with her before. And they end up going back with family, and family end up sending them back on, and that's how they ended up being adopted by the same person.
I mean, but still, anyways, I would never reject my siblings for that fact if I'm wanting to get to know them. You know, that goes for our sister that we met for the first time last year. We had to let her come around, you know, because she didn't know about us. We were complete strangers, and it's kind of like a surprise to her, like, who is these strangers
and it's also
reaching out to me?
Yeah, but it's also blaming, like, why mama kept y'all but didn't keep me, but not really understanding that mama did it for a good reason. Like, in reality, if it was all the case,
she knew that her family was going to take good care of her no matter what happened to her. And my mom she initially thought that
it was more of us than it was
if we would have been with our dad, that we were going to be in a better situation as well, but not knowing that our dad was in trouble too. So we ended up being put in foster care due to, that's another story time. We'll definitely get to that story time in a later time. I guess the whole initial state of this video, this story time, is to basically express how we feel about our siblings rejecting having a relationship with us. When we want to have a grounded and solid relationship to mend and come back together to reunite and be one again.
Yeah, like, I mean, just making this family whole. And most people that know, there's so many broken families that people is so separated from family members. And I don't want to be like that. Like, and just saying, we all we got. Like,
and
I mean, we are all
like,
we got.
I always felt like I was a family-oriented type of person. I like to be around family.
I love being around family.
And, you know, and I just
whether
feel like,
it was bad or good, you make things work with family because they're family.
And siblings are always supposed to stick together no matter what.
Most definitely.
Like, if you don't have nobody else, your siblings
should
be your backbone when you don't have nobody else. And I feel like that's all we want, was to be able to have all our siblings back together.
Because we were tight when we were little.
Like, couldn't nothing separate us.
We don't die, we multiply.
And that was our favorite line. And my mama used to say, y'all sure do.
And it was at the time, it was only eight of us. So, yeah, we don't die, we multiply. My mama had a total of 11 kids, but at the time of her incarceration, it was 10 of us. It was 10. One came after prison.
2013.
She decided to start all over.
But yeah, so anyways, you guys, I guess that's just like a little small, little story time of y'all getting to know who we are, get to know a little bit about our background.
And not even that, to tell y'all how close we are in age, that's what makes it even more like you want to be tight.
Unique.
Because the oldest is 32, 31.
No, Chris is 31. CJ's 33.
Yeah,
so CJ's 33. Chris is 32. Me and Amanda's 30. Dominique
34.
Dominique is 29. Brooke is 27. Crucian would have been 26 this year.
Yeah.
Davion's gonna be 25 this year. And then we got James and John. They are 20. And then Liberty
is 6
years old.
Y'all see that? So y'all see that? She stopped at 20 years old. She should have just stopped at 6. I mean, yeah.
At the time she had Liberty, they were 16.
So, but still, she should have stopped. But I understand, you know, she went away for 11 years. And more than likely,
she probably wanted to be a parent again because she lost so many years with her children during their youth years. So anyways, you guys,
I think we went on enough rant. So if y'all enjoyed this story time, let us know, because it is one of our very first story times. And if y'all want to see more story times, just give us some topics and we'll try to be on topic.
Yeah, or if y'all want to know anything personal about us, let us know what y'all want to hear from us, and we definitely will put it together.
Yeah, y'all been doing good asking questions. So without further ado, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And make sure you give this video a thumbs up and turn on the post notifications so that you don't miss any videos.
No upcoming videos.
And
without further ado,
we'll holla at y'all
later, crew.
Holla, crew. Peace, peace.
Walking woods, Freddy Krueger, dreams on.